Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Citadel of NewChurch. I'm your host, Captain, here to go over our latest recap with a friendly war that we arranged with 3 Strikes 3. Just a reminder, this is their main clan and not 3 Strikes 3-3. Tongue Twister, I know. That is also in the Barbarian King League of the Minor League Clan Wars that we are participating in. And as I speak, we're actually doing attacks for it right now, which is kind of why this chat bar is going to be growing in numbers. Pardon that. But anyways, with that out of the way, it was a 6-star decisive win for the Citadel as a whole, 3% advantage. It was a no dip, but bats were allowed. So again, kudos to these guys for helping put on this war for the friendly war weekend, and very well done. As far as our Ultra boys that had some sweet 6-packs, we got Albie there at number 4. We got Cisco's at number 5. We got Aussies at number 11. We got Maxi Barro at number 15. We got DeWaite at number 22. We got, I don't know how the fuck to say that, number 24. And Green Never Dies at number 29. For our shit hits, again, I gotta use the air quotes here. It's for the people that get the 95 to 99% region of attacks, just enough to transpire not to get the 3. It's usually the time kills or one random defense that somehow survives a raid, and it's just enough to screw you over. For those people, we have Enigma there with a 99, Big Master with a 97, myself with a 99 at number 25. We got Luckman there with a 97, and our number 2 with a 96. That out of the way, we're going to start with number 1 with a 12v12, and imagine this, it is a drag bat. Can't help it if the base is somewhat asking for it. I'm kind of glad that the nerf happened. I don't really think it was much done per se, but hey, at least something happened. Usually Supercell says fuck it. But anyways, he's going to drop his king over at the 8 o'clock region, queen at the 5. King, his purpose was, I do believe, to take out this archer tower, but he's going to mosey on out because why not? The queen is going to do her job, take out the air defense, archer tower cannons before she kicks the buckets. He's going to start dropping his dragons. Unfortunately, one eats an early Sam. There it is. And the heroes are somewhat going to finish doing their job. Slammer's going to lead. He's going to go off to the side to get this Inferno Tower or Bomb Tower onward, doing his bats over here. So that way that entire compartment is removed. But unfortunately, he's going to have a fair number of dragons going over there to clean up the trash buildings and also eat a Sam. Dragons, or the bats, are doing work. Ice Golem was triggered because the Barbarian King that went for a lovely stroll accidentally followed the dragons in with the Slammer and pulled it out of the CCs. So from here on out, he's just going to basically be trying to wreak havoc. He's going to do a little loon portion over here at the 12 o'clock region. Naked loons onto this air defense. Their entire purpose was to remove that thing so the dragons would not be taken down. Multis do kind of minimal damage to them. So, again, nice plan, but I do believe there was one dragon left that had like maybe a sliver of health throughout this raid. He's got the Tornado Disco trap going on right now, so those dragons are getting, unfortunately, shot. Thankfully, they weren't clumped, so they're slowly but surely taking that hits. He's got them all over the place doing cleanup for them, which is actually panning out. Speed this up because this is where the multi is going to start doing its job. Archer Tower is slowly picking them off, but the dragon does drop that. Goes to the gold mine, then goes to the Inferno to finish it off with, again, that sliver of health that I was talking about earlier. So well done to Undeniable. For our next attack, we have number 4 with Albie, my love. He's going to do an Electron, but he's also going to lead with 1 Hound. You usually don't really see much of that. He does it because he wants to remove this Archer Tower over here to make sure that nobody's going to go off to the side to be, well, a raging bag of crap. So his Slammer is going to be slowly but surely making his way in. The pups are strangely enough tanking for the Slammer to get in deeper to get to the CC/Archer Queen. As soon as it pops, all these loons are going to be coming in forward. Unfortunately, they went to the Mortar Wizard Tower, so they get targeted by this multi and not to the Eagle. But all is well with the way that this plan is supposed to be going. His heroes are actually going to target the Town Hall. As I click it, there we go. And then making their way into the Eagle versus going on the outside. Like, again, you see in a lot of the Electron portions of these attacks. He's got the Baby and the Wizard helping to funnel. Air defense is unfortunately going to target the E-Drag by the time that he does deploy the heroes. Here we go. So the baby is doing his job on the outside, making sure that the queen is not going to be a royal piece of crap, because, let's face it, she can be. He was hoping to wait for this Barbarian King to get closer to a wall before hitting the ability, because, let's face it, he's probably going to target it right in the range of this Wizard Tower, and his barbs will die, making his ability somewhat useless, but hey, it is what it is. Baby is going to get maybe one shot on that Archer Tower. Oh, he got two. Sweet. Before he kicked the bucket, and then he's going to start his Lalo portion there from 10:30 going counterclockwise. Queen is still up. He's going to pop the ability, hoping that she stays up for this raid. Actually, I don't remember if she does, but hey, kudos to her if she does. Anyways, he's got slow loons coming in, trickling in. Deploys a double red bomb. One goes to a random pup, which was really nice. Would have been awesome to get both, but hey, it is what it is. He's got the single target with a bunch of loons. Doesn't matter to them. He still has the ability, still has 2 freezes and a haste to help them with this backside, but at this point, it's basically a GG attack. He's going to freeze those 3 defenses all in one spell. The queen is still up. Sweet, I was right about that. As the loons collapse onto this multi-inferno, they are unfortunately going to bite the dust with this disco trap, but he's just going to pop the tome, and then they'll collapse on top of the multi and just wreak havoc. Funny thing is, this queen's going to shoot this wall, trying to get to the air skeletons. And as soon as she breaks the wall, she's going to start shooting another one, because why not? But after this, it's just basic cleanup. He still has the minions and pups floating around. So again, well done to Albert. Our next attack, we have Shishuish with number 6. And imagine this, it's another Electron attack. Ah. He's going to start over there at the 130 region. Because it's a multi, he's not really in much risk. I mean, granted that Sam is what's finally going to trigger it, but as soon as that dragon popped, he's good to go. He gets the dragons in the clone, so they are going to be doing what's most of this havoc there into that region. Unfortunately, the main dragon is the first one to kick the bucket and not the clones, which would have really been nice for this cleanup over there at the 2 o'clock region, but hey, it is what it is. Dropped his heroes over there at the 1 o'clock, going counterclockwise. Baby's helping push that queen to go the right direction that she was meant to be, because let's face it, again, queens can be royal pieces of crap. She marches directly into that giant bomb, nicely timed. King is going to beat a wall because, again, why not? It's enough to help tank for this queen, which is really nice. I do believe she goes back to the cannon and then goes out around outside. Yep. So the Barbarian King is going to open the wall and then continue on, even though there is the drill right there. But hey, it is what it is. They do draw the Ice Golem, which actually works out for our queen, starting his Lola portion from 10:30 going counterclockwise. Again, slow loons trickling in because there's not really that much besides an eagle onto his hound. But he still has the ability and a whole nother hound to go. So he's just going to slowly but surely let those loons trickle in an air sweeper into the one hasty dropped to go in. Freezes the second multi, so that way the loons over here at this region are going to be fine and dandy to get that air defense. Holding his ability, hoping to get closer in towards the central area of this base. Takes out the Tesla, then directly onto this eagle. Hastes them so that way that thing gets sped up so it doesn't get another shot of rounds off. But at this point, it's GG, except for this Tesla. But we don't care about that because he still has pups, minions, yada, 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 doing their thing, sped up, and slowly but surely, after one base after another with that many pups and minions, it's just going to drop like a sack of crap. So well done to him. Apparently, instead of funnels, this word of the day for us is sack of crap. Our next attack is going to be with Chastity and number 8. He's going to do an AQ charge. Although, he did adjust accordingly versus what he had in mind. Simply because, again, Hero AI is a piece of crap. He's going to slowly but surely making his way in towards the central area of 430 into the space. Going from air defense, archer tower, cannon, bomb tower, yada, yada, yada. Taking his time. Drops the yearly rage because he knows he's got a lot of heat coming. AQ steps up, gets 3 shots, boom, 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 she's gone. opens up the one junction, tries to get the second layer, but it's just enough for that multi-target Inferno to say, yeah, fuck you. Drops the jump, hoping that that queen is going to go into the Inferno Expo Air Sweeper to get towards that Eagle, which would have been really, really nice. But hey, it is what it is. I think he was slightly late with the Barbarian King drop, and that's kind of why she doesn't go more into the jump. She just kind of just does her own thing right here, because from Wizard Tower, storage. It's enough to pull her over, and then the Tesla pops, and then yes, that's the reason. Okay. So the queen is slowly but surely doing her thing with the CC. King finally gets a little bit more of a push from his ability. The jump, unfortunately, was not used to the fullest of its ability, but hey, it is what it is. Queen can still snipe some of these buildings on the outside. I do believe, yeah, the king finally kicked the bucket. Queen is tanking for this Eagle as the Slammer comes in for the Hogs, simply to help take out some of these defenses with its high HP and defense targeting abilities. Ha ha ha. I do believe, yep. Dies directly on top of the Inferno, and then the Hogs are just going to start wrecking havoc, going from 2 o'clock, going counterclockwise. Queen is now into the core, taking out a lot more of these buildings. Because of the skeletons and air skeletons, though, she's going to be slightly tamed right there in the central part of this base. As the Hogs are still making their way around, Grand Warden is there to help them when he needs. As soon as they get closer into this double Wizard Tower area and the Tornado Trap, they are going to be triggered with the Tome, sitting on the wall, unfortunately being fresh baconed. Queen tried to come over to get those skeletons and then targets a wall because, again, why not? But from here on out, it was simple cleanup. So as soon as the Queen was about to finish that wall, she tries to go to another one, which was completely and utterly useless. So well done to Chastity Foil, or the Chastity Belt, as I like to call him, because why not? Our next attack is Susco with number 9. Imagine that. It's a drag bat. Again, if the base is asking for it, can't help it if it works. I do believe he drops the Barbarian King over at the 11-12 region and the Queen at the 10s. When he's ready. There he goes. Alright, the King was over at 1 o'clock. Heaven forbid. Anyways, their entire portion is just basically the help funnel. So the dragons are going to go from Mortar, Archer Tower, Wizard Tower, yada, 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 straight into the base towards the Eagle. They are going to fight this one random air sweeper, but with a Rage and the Tome, who cares? Holding on the loons. Just letting dragons do their thing, freezing the Eagle and the Air Sweeper to help the dragons push in. Rages the dragon, so that way they'll be raged directly onto this Eagle and drop it like the sack of crap that it is. Slightly lucky, the Tesla does drop and gets a couple dragons over there to push them in towards this Eagle. The Expo does his bats over there at the 3 o'clock region. Slammer still staying up strong, almost half health. The single finally targets towards it, right before it pops directly on top of it. And then there's still a bunch of bats floating around, tanking for the loons. And then when the loons get in position, the loons are going to tank for the loons, as he still has a whole bunch of dragons for cleanup coming around the base. A couple dragons there doing cleanup for the base, and the loons are going to finish up what was left of this base. So again, well done to the Suscos. Just basically time with the slow-moving troops trying to finish off the cleanup. And we just get it back out. Our next one is number 11 with... Fuck, I don't know how to pronounce that. So with fuck, I don't know how to pronounce that, we're going to be coming in at the 8 o'clock region. Loon's tanking for the baby to get rid of that Archer Tower. So that way he's just going to be picking off a bunch of these buildings to help establish the funnel. So that way this Queen's going to go from 7:30 counterclockwise. She will not target this Wizard Tower. Bloop. She's just going to basically go from a stroll from Archer Tower, Air Defense, Archer Tower, yada, 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 yada. Rages her up to help push her into this storage. Got the King helping establish the funnel with the Town Hall, so that way when he breaks into the compartment with the Archer Tower that I do have clicked, she will actually go in, nail the jump to get into all of the defenses there: Expo, Bomb Tower, CC, and Archer Queen. Rages up the wall breakers. He gets in. Unfortunately, eats a Sam, but hey, fuck it, why not? Queen steps up, gets the rage on her, so that way she's going to take out the sweeper, take out the queen in 3 shots, freezes the CC to slow it down, so that way she has time to get healed back up. Unfortunately, it's just enough the healers aren't on her, but thankfully there's no air sweeper being an inconvenience, although the multi does swap over to the healers at this point while she's frozen and she can't do anything about it. And then again, when she steps up, she is unfortunately in range of these air defense. I think it takes down 1. Yep. Anyways, he's going to start dropping his slammer. Again, because of the multi, it doesn't mean much of shit to it. So it's going to be wrecking havoc. It's got a couple balloons coming into the backside of that wizard tower, establishing the funnel and the push of the Lalo coming in from 8 o'clock clockwise. The slammer's going to pop, and ironically enough, it's going to be right around the time where the hounds are right there at the air defense to tank for the loons as they come in for this back portion. So very well executed for, I don't know how to pronounce this name. Loons are slowly but surely still trickling in. Queen is she's stuck inside the base with an ability. Pops it just because, well, he had nothing better to do with her. And again, very well executed to, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Our next attack, we're going to have number 12 with Anazux. Baby over there at the 10 o'clock region to help establish the funnel. Queen with the healers directly on top of her almost to make sure that she's going to go from this storage to counterclockwise to get to this air defense expo. He's going to drop his Barbarian King over by this cannon and the ram over there at the 1 o'clock cannon. Boop. I hate my tablet. I feel like punching it at times. But anyways, Queen's slowly but surely making her way in. Drops the rage to help ensure that she is going to stay up because she's somewhat of the pivotal part into the central core. Ram is coming in, tanking for the Queen, making sure that she'll be able to take out some more of these defenses. What was nice of that air sweeper is it is pushing the healers, but it's pushing them to the outside, so this air defense here is going to be completely pointless if she was to make it in time. She is going to do the right thing and not abash a wall and actually follow the rest of this troops in. Because of how much she did, she's going to stay in this nice herd that goes directly into the CC Archer Queen, followed by the Barbarian King, yada yada yada. Has CC bowlers there. They're going to get nice bounces, as you see with this Inferno Tower, as they were in the ranged. And shabooped, it drops. And then he's just going to do a hog parade all the way around to the outside of this base. Message on GroupMe on my phone, sorry about that, as his hogs are going to be slowly but surely making his way around. Barbarian King and Skeletons are going to be popping, unfortunately trying to be a minor inconvenience at this point. Because of the sheer volume of hogs that he has, it's not much of a threat. They do backtrack towards this Archer Tower as a whole. Queen is still up, trying to get some trickling damage onto that Expo. More Skeletons are going to pop. She is just enough on the outside where she cannot help the hogs at this point. But again, he's got so many that finally, as soon as they drop, they go in, they tank for a bunch of these troops, they get to the pedestal, and get the 3-star. So well done to him. Our next one is number 14, bloop bloop, with Dubba. He's going to do another hog parade, because finally, the update finally has some love for the ground attack troops. Has a loon going in to tank for the slammer as it slowly but surely makes its way in. Multi-Inferno is not going to do anything to the slammers. So that way, as soon as it opens this wall conjunction, then when the Valk pop out, they're going to go directly to that Archer Queen and drop it. As well as pull the CC, freezes the multi to help try to get a little bit more out of it as he can. He does get the pedestal, so that way, kudos to him. Drops his heroes over there at the 430 region. Their entire purpose is basically help remove the Archer Tower, Wizard Tower, Mortar area, so that way when he drops his hogs over, I do believe, at the 8 o'clock region, They're going to stay all compact together. They're going to go right through the core of the base and then veer back like the shape of a 7. Queen is going to finally take out the dragon just before the loon thinks he has time to get in there himself. Starts doing the hog parade over at 10 o'clock, but yeah, same area, sorry. Coming into the Teslas, and then cannon, air defense, sweeper, air defense, bomb tower. Dropping his heels accordingly as they're still all compact. Does have the skeletons popping, which is an unfortunate thing to have, but hey, it is what it is. Drops the heel, so that way as soon as that multi drops, all these hogs are still going to be collecting together in the one heel. 2 giant bombs in the same spell, very well placed. Queen is still up to do cleanup on the backhand side. Couple hogs to get that archer tower so the wizard there can get the cleanup over there at 4 o'clock. Couple hogs trying to take out the mortar to help again, keep them all compact, so that way when they go to this bomb tower, wizard tower conjunction, soaks up the giant bomb, the bomb tower, and the wizard tower all in the one heal spell. So again, very well placed to him. Tried having the loon get the cannon, but unfortunately wasn't enough. But at this point, there's so many hogs still up and floating. The queen finally comes over to help alleviate some of those skeletons. Cleanup has been going on this entire time, so very well done to Dubba Badilla. For our next attack, we got Buffo at number 16. Bloop, bloop. And when you know it, it's another Electron attack. He's got the Naked Slammer over there because he's already had this base opened at this point to hit this base. Knowing that there was no Sam to really tank for the loon, so hey, go in, naked. Slammer does get on top of this Expo. I don't think it was enough to take it out before it pops. It was right there, yep. And then gets the clones, gets the loons, drops the queen. CC is finally starting to come out. The drag is going to take out the baby. Unfortunately, I do believe he gets in the range of this air defense for whatever reason, and drops it like it's, well, it's hot. Taking his time with the skeletons. Finally gets them going on. And then the archer, still again, waiting on that. The angle that he takes, enough for the air defense to get a couple shots to take him out. Anyways, he has his heroes coming in over us at the 2 o'clock region. Queen's purpose is to get the air defense, bomb tower, air defense. As the king is just purely the tank, do nothing more. I do believe he drops a baby at this army camp right over Hithas. So that way the queen isn't going to be, well, doing queen things and try to go on the outside. Yep, there it is. And from here on out, he's going to do his Lalo from 11 o'clock going down straight through the middle of this base. Queen targets a wall because, again, why not? Lalo coming in. Has a multi, or a single target inferno, so he's just going to have slow loons coming in. Soon as the hound is about to get out of range, haste those guys so that way they're going to go from the inferno cannon into more of the core of the base. Has more of the Lalo, sorry I wasn't really paying attention at the bottom. Coming in towards the 7 o'clock region. Again, slow loons trickling in. At this point, he only has the other multi coming on him, so he's just going to haste those loons, take out the inferno, and they'll drop on top of the wizard tower. Still has a bunch of loons for that air defense. Still has that bunch of loons for the expo, so even with their dying bodies, they would take it out. And at this point, it's just general cleanup, so well done to him. For our next attack, we got Dwight with number 17. I do believe he's going to drop his queen. Yep, there she be at the 4 o'clock. Baby to help establish the funnels. Queen is going to be slowly but surely making her way in. Doesn't care about the drill. All he really wants is to seize first this partial of the attack. So many archers in the poison that they're going to basically just drop all in one go. Skeletons were trying to be, somewhat of an inconvenience, but by the time that everything finally collapsed, the queen is fine and dandy. Has the slightly delayed rage, so that way she's going to be nice and healed. Wall breakers get this nice junction open. King is somewhat supposed to be tanking. Queen is going to unfortunately leave that archer tower alone, I do believe, over here. She does not come back over to it, so her healers are going to be targeted for a fair amount of time. Loon to help absorb any traps for the healers. Gets the second junction open. The queen is going to stay on the outside. Healers eat a Sam. Drops the rage for the queen because her entire purpose in this raid is to go from mortar, archer tower, expo going in. So as soon as this hound is going to target onto this air defense, enemy queen is going to lock on. He drops the skeleton naked on top of her with a freeze, so that way she will drop without needing the rage. So very well planned for him. Queen finally retargets to the skeletons, but at this point, his queen can reach her, gets a couple shots before she targets for expo, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, a lot of those coming in clockwise. Moon slowly trickling in, because again, it was only multis that would be the hazard. Slammer is pushed out of the air sweeper with its last breath, so it is still up and standing. Queen is doing her thing, pops the ability on the backhand side to finish off that archer tower from what we started with. Slammer is finally going to go right directly on top of this air defense, but from the sheer volume of loons that he has with the single, it isn't going to do much of anything, and it's basic cleanup at this point, so well done to Dwight. Next attack, we got Lele. Lele. Has a hog to trigger the CC over there at the 7 o'clock region. Has a golem tanking for the wizards over there to take out the random Tesla. Ram over there as well. Baby help establish the funnel so that way this queen can come in behind the golem, takes out the CC, archer tower, loons, yada 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 yada. Nice junction open with the BK in the ram. Golem is actually going to retarget towards the central partial of this base, which actually turns out really good in our favor for the rest of this raid. Queen is going to retarget towards this multi. I do believe she drops it before it gets her, but she will die to the mortar cannon as soon as she retargets over there. But I guess she's going to shoot a wall because why not? BK pops his ability as soon as he's in. Has the Velks remove that Barbarian King. And then he's just going to have a hog party coming in from 4:30 going clockwise. Bunch of hogs down here towards 6 o'clock. Slowly but surely making his way around inside of the base. Dropping his heals accordingly. Does drop the loon over there at the 9 o'clock for the random hidden Tesla. But again, he's dropping his wizards in behind for cleanup. Still has a couple Valks from that core dive that he did with the ram. Has the heals dropped where he needs bees. Yeah, speed it up a little bit. Sorry, answered a text message that I had on my phone. And at this point, general cleanup for Lele, and well done to him. Our next one is Maxi Battle with number 20. Ease. Drops a naked loon onto that mortar to tank for the Slamar. So that way, as soon as that Slamar goes in, drop the archer tower, pulls the CC, clones the loons, E-drag, baby, yada yada. All that's going to get eliminated by this dragon in the rage. Air skeletons is going to be somewhat of an inconvenience, but the target was the dragon. Drops it. So the E-drag is finally going to finish off that skeleton before he drops like a sack of shenanigans. Drops the baby over there at 9 o'clock to establish where to funnel for the heroes. BK on the mortar. There he goes. He's going in the right direction. He was trying to be a sack of crap. Baby was supposed to drop that storage in time, but the queen is going to unfortunately walk a little bit. She's going to take out that Urgatory, and then she's going to try to make her way around the base. Barbarian King doesn't keep walking and targets a wall, so he dies. Therefore, the queen is going to be doing somewhat of the same thing, staying on the inside, pops the ability to speed up with this trash buildings. Takes out a cannon before she herself is going to die. The baby is still up and running, which is slightly amusing, before he starts doing his Lalo over there at 1:30. Directly into an Tesla farm. Minions for cleanup. He's going to drop another Hound and Loons over there at 10:30. So that way everything's going to just collapse from Air Defense, Archer Tower, Wizard Tower, Bomb Tower, Air Sweeper, yada yada yadas. A bunch of naked loons directly onto this Inferno Tower, helping to again establish the funnel for these loons to go further into this base. Singles don't do much to the loons as they slowly collapse. Unfortunately, skeletons are targeting loons and not so much hounds, so a couple of them are going to drop. One of the hounds pops, so that way the skeletons are going to finally kick the bucket. Baby is still up, finally joining the party. He's going to drop the freeze onto the Wizard Tower, Archer Tower. Saves the baby. Okay, I'm a dirty liar. He does not drop it on it. He just swags it. Sweet. But yeah, baby basically stays up the entire raid, and well done to him. That was... Our next one is going to be Eliza with number 21. Going to have one golem for the mortar that's going to tank for 2 archer towers. He gets nice bowler bounces onto that archer tower and mortar to help limit the damage input onto the golem. And they're going to further clean up the buildings over there from 7:30 going downward to 6. Wizard behind the golem to help establish a funnel. Baby over there at 10 o'clock to get the gold storage. Establish the funnel. Imagine that. Then he's going to drop the ram to come directly into this barracks. Archer tower to go into the core of this base. Wizard bites the dust. Then the archer tower retargets towards this ram with the heroes in behind. The bowler over there actually got some nice value. Anyways, Wizard is going to be going inside as well. Queen is going to be going inside as well. Poisons the CC. Ram is going to open this junction up, which is perfect for what's about to happen for the core dive of all these bowlers. Bowler bounces galore inside of the heel. Bowler is actually in the heel tanking for that giant, which was really amusing. And then at this point, almost the entire core of this base is just completely gutted. Still has the AQ ability in the bag. Loons come trickling in from 5 o'clock. More coming in towards the 3 o'clock, 2:30 region. Got to drop the Rage for the 2 Teslas, Inferno, and Haste Heal for the Wizard Towers at the backhand side for the multi. A bunch of those Raged Loons are going to hurry up to get into the heal. Haste through it. So at this point, it is general cleanup, and well done to them. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, so if I start hacking up along, remember that in my will, I want you to basically kill all of my assets. So, with his attack, he's going to do, I do believe it's an AQ Charge. Random Goblin on the Town Hall, which is always nice. Baby helping establish a funnel. Queen going on around the outside. She's going to slowly but surely make her way. Mortar, Wizard Tower, Archer Tower towards Queen. Baby's going to die before it gets to storage, but hey, it don't matter. King on king action with a wizard in behind. Slammer coming in. I do believe his purpose is to open up the wall junction there for the Queen. Which it do. King is going to be going back the way he was meant to be on the outside. Velks into the Slammer, so that way they're just going to help gut this core. Queen still has her ability. Gets the Rage, so that way everything in there is going to die. Starts drewing his hogs over there at 1:30. Just going to go straight through the core of this base. Her still standing in the Rage. She's just going to be taking a couple shots at these defenses. She is no real threat, plus again ability in the bag. Hogs are going to be coming in towards the cannon multi, or not the multi, the single, derp. And because of the way that they're clumping up to a degree, they're going to be taking out their defenses one at a time. Finally pops the ability to help speed her up. Expo is targeted on her, so these hogs are going to be going in naked. Gets to the wizard tower inside of the heal, so all of these freshly healed hogs poisons the skellies. At this point, it's just GG. Has wizards around the outside for cleanup. So very well done to the Lekman. For our next one, we're going to have... Fuck it, I don't know how to pronounce his name, with number 23. This was another one of those attacks. It was so good, I just have to show it because, again, why not? Has the baby to help establish the funnel. I guess we're coming back to that being the word of the day. Naked Queen with the King to help establish the funnels. Before the King finally does his little parody of a walk on the outside. Healers are just enough on the outside of this air defense, so that way they are no real threat. One wall breaker to get the junction. And then finally gets the one that he was after. Freezes the multi that helps speed things up with the wall breakers. King finally does his purpose and keeps going on to the outside. Queen's going to march her way into the compartment he was after. Rages her up again to ensure that she will handle the CC/enemy Archer Queen. It is an Electron CC. You don't really see that too often. He pops the ability to speed through the Electro Dragon because it can be an inconvenience if it gets shots off. But when he's in the poison, he's basically useless. So again, he's going to be marching his queen straight through the core of this base, raging her up along the way. She is fighting an air sweeper at this point, so unfortunately she's going to be taking a little bit longer than needed. Drops the slammer in from 2 o'clock to take out the Archer Tower, going his way outside, and he starts his Lalo from 5 going clockwise. Hasting the loons from the one wizard tower to come over towards the other wizard tower that he has. So that way all those loons are compacted again to get towards the bomb tower air defenses. Boop, boop. Queen is not going to be able to take out the Expo before she kicks the bucket. But at this point, that slammer was doing its job, hasting up all those loons through that Tesla farm that is somewhat over there. And at this point, there's so many loons still up that the air defense isn't going to be enough to overpower it. It's just basically time at this point. So very well done to Fuck I Don't Know How to Pronounce Your Name. For our next attack, we have Enigma with number 25. This is one of the shit hit attacks. I do believe this is the one I did. I had the 99 because I, unfortunately, build a hut. So with his attack, he's going to be coming in with a double golem drop at the Tesla farm at the 12 o'clock region. Wizards in behind to help establish a funnel. As soon as he gets a bunch of these buildings trickled down, he's going to be dropping his hero slowly but surely. The jump is going to be directly onto this cannon. Does trigger the giant bomb on the queen, but hey, it is what it is. Gets the heroes inside of this base. Gets the CC pull. Enemy BK is going to be slighted inconvenience at this point, but hey, it is what it is. Baby does somehow get outside of the poison, which was always a nasty inconvenience, but the witch is going to die, so that's fine. Queen still has her ability, and she's in a compartment that she needs to be in any further use. At this point, the Golemites are still up tanking for the queen, so she's completely fine and dandies. He's going to start his Lalo over here at the 4 o'clock region. Eating Sam's. Dropping the haste, so that way they go from the Wizard Tower Cannon air defense when they do decide to go in. Dropping more Hound Loons over there at the 6 o'clock region. Hasting those Loons to get to the Wizard Tower. And they do. So that way, when all these Hounds and Loons are going to start collapsing onto this Wizard Tower, Archer Tower, or enemy Archer Queen, they'll be raised, poisoned, and Skelly dropped on her, and they will be fine and dandies. His enemy queen, or our queen, blah, 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 I can't talk anymore, still up trying to shoot a wall for whatever reason. Still has 2 Hounds up. So at this point, it was just hurry up with his trickling loons. And well done to them with the swag haste nonetheless. For our next attack, we have Shishui with number 27. Yeesh. Free wizard funnel over there at the 12 o'clock region. Dropping his golem there at 11 o'clock. Dropping another one there at the 10 o'clock archer tower with, again, wizards to help funnel. I do believe he wants the core dive over here at this cannon. Golem doing its finest over there at the 12 or 11 o'clock region. That storage is going to drop, so everybody's going to collapse onto this Tesla. And then the junction, or jump onto the junction where this cannon is to go get them inside of the space. There it be. Queen's going to follow in. Or I guess not. So she's going to pop her ability to get those defenses over there. I thought she went in to get the baby. I guess it's just a random poison that takes it out. Sweet. Anyways, King, bowlers, and all that are taking out the core of this base. Queen doesn't wrap around for whatever reason, because why not? And he's going to start a couple loons dropping in from 11 o'clock. With the Hound behind, so by the time the loons get closer, they will tank, hasting them through that wizard tower. Same with the backhand side. He's going to hang on to that haste for the back end for the wizard tower junctions. There's. So these loons are going to slowly but surely be making their way into the base. Speed this up. Boop, boop. Because unfortunately the one hound pops and the wizard tower did get a shot on it. So a couple of the pops did bite the dust. But he does have a couple more in there. And at this point it's just cleanup. Just slow and steady because of the compacted loons. So very well done to the Shishui. Our next attack is the Mastro with number 28. When he's ready. Bunch of naked loons to go directly into this cannon. Pull the CC. What would be inside? Gets the baby witch. I do believe he drops him over. Yep. 10 o'clock, 10:30 region. Sole purpose. Go towards this air defense. If I could click it. Bloop. Baby is just enough on the outside of that poison, so it's going to be a slight inconvenience. He is going to drop the BK, but the way that the poison was dropped, the witch is going to stay inside of it and bite the dust. So the queen can do her thing with the air defenses as soon as those skeletons stop doing what they're doing. So she is going to march towards the cannon archer tower. Boop, boop. As I do believe he starts doing his Lalo over there at the... 11 o'clock. I thought 1:30. Couple loons behind the hound. Tanking. Yep, there it is. Okay. And a couple more hound loons over there at the 1 o'clock. And a couple over there at the 4 o'clock. So that way everything collapses for a funnel straight down the center of this core. He does get the skeleton drop on the queen. But unfortunately that bomb tower is slowly but surely making his way to be an inconvenience for it. He does get the funnel for these loons. Still has a heal and a haste. So as soon as these loons get into the central area of this compartment, taking on the sweeper and the wizard tower, his whole purpose was to make sure that these defenses wouldn't take out a large majority of them at one go. He's going to haste those loons on the expos that go directly into the wizard tower for the back end side for the cleanup. Whoop. And then at this point, general cleanup. Well done to the Mastro. And for our last one, we have Green Never Dies on number 30. I do believe this was another shit hit. I thought this was, again, one of the ones I did, so kudos to me. Queen is going to be marching away directly into this enemy archer queen. Drops the rage. She'll be 3 shots and dead. Baby isn't even there in time to basically help her out. He will speed up for the town hall kill. Baby, I'm not exactly sure what kind of pathing he takes, but hey, he's tanking for the queen, so fuck it. We'll accept it. King over there for the back end side to help establish the funnels. Has a barbarian there for the random hut. Tanking for the wizard. And then he starts coming back around to the inside. Drops the Volks and the bowlers in behind. They're going to open up this junction directly at the CC. Double poisons and rages it, so that way that entire compartment is going to drop. Unfortunately, the Volks are going to slightly take a path less traveled, but the queen is going to take the correct one to help manage for it. The enemy dragon is staying up. The queen does march back over, shoots him down. She is going to go inside of this junction, has back end hogs to take out these air defenses, cannon mortars. They are going to soak up the double giant bombs for the Velks. As soon as the dragon drops, queen is going to be taking on more of these defenses over here with her ability nonetheless. But with the way that these Velks are still staying compacted, those walls mean nothing to them. Only at this point here that this wizard tower is going to be a minor inconvenience for those Velks, because they are starting to trickle on health. But the queen's going to come over, help them out. Has a bunch of barbs for the cleanup. The wizard is going to get a couple shots before he dies to the mortar/bomb tower. And at this point, it's just general cleanup. So again, well done to Green Never Dies. And with that, it wraps up our recap for this war. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a fun one for the weekend. And with that out of the way, I hope you guys had a happy holidays. And good luck to Pinoy Digman, I do believe is our current minor league war. So, woo!